Eric Bakker, naturopath from New Zealand. Thanks for coming back. Let's talk about colon health or large bowel health, right? Many people I've seen for all too long have got digestive problems. It's estimated that 70 plus million American people have got a digestive problem. Goodness knows how many people in Europe and other countries have, but so many people have got problems going, if you know what I mean. They can't go. And if they do go, they don't go properly, okay? They just can't go for number twos properly. They have issues with that. And for the life of me, I can't understand why. Well, actually, I can. Often it's because of three key things. What do you think those three key things are? A, they ain't drinking enough water. B, they ain't eating the right food. And C, they ain't moving their butt off the chair, okay? Too much Netflix, too much Coca-Cola and Kentucky Fried Chicken, okay? These are some of the reasons why people can't go. Now, as one famous doctor in America once told me, small stools, big hospitals. Big stools, small hospitals. Think about that, right? I don't think I need to say any more in that regard, all right? My dad used to say, if you don't poo, you die. You better poo. That was my old man, you know. So, right, let's look at 10 different ways how you're going to detect if you've got a problem with your colon or your large intestine, right? These things I'm going to talk about you should say, yes, 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 I agree to all of those. Yep, I've got no problem with any of those. My skin's clear, I don't have any bloating or things like that. When you say yes to all of these, you'll have the bowel health I've got. The bowel should be silent. You should virtually feel or hear nothing. There should be no bloating. There should be minimal gas. It should be very comfortable in your digestive system, right? When you get up in the morning, not long after, you're going to go have a bowel motion, usually a big BM, big bowel motion. Maybe you're going to have another bowel motion. I have 2 bowel motions every day, morning and then usually after lunch again. And that's how it normally should be, okay? You have a meal, you go for a poo. That's what a baby does. Baby has breast food or it gets something to eat and it will do a motion. You watch birds, like my parrot, it will eat some food, it will do a poo. Now they've got a quicker, gut reflex than we have, but it shows you how healthy the gut is, okay? You've always got to keep that bowel working, all right? One famous naturopath from Australia said to me, children should have their mouths shut and their bowels open. How's that? Yeah. Right, enough of this. Clear skin. Nice clear skin. You shouldn't have all sorts of stuff all over your skin. People often worry about their facial skin. When you've got lots of issues with your facial skin, one of the first things you want to ask yourself is, am I pooping properly? Have I got bloating? Have I got gas? Am I eating the right food? All right? Your skin's your largest organ. It's a reflection of your internal health. Crappy diet, crappy skin. So clean up your act if you want nice skin. If you look at a lot of top models, I'm sure they're not going to be walking around drinking Dr. Pepper and eating KFC every day. I'm sure they're not. Right? They value their pay packet too much. Daily bowel motions, number 2. You need to be pooping every single day. Right? You can't let a day go that you don't have a poo. If you don't go on a day, that's constipation. If you can't poop properly or strain, that's constipation. If you have irregular motions all over the place, it's constipation. If I start examining your lifestyle and diet, I can probably see where the problem is. You may not be eating on time regularly, you know. You may be skipping meals. You may be too stressed to eat. You may be working too much. You may not place any priority on eating good food at regular times. When you place priority on eating good food at regular times and drinking fresh water, the bowel will correspond accordingly. When you start eating all over the show, breakfast may be non-existent for 2 or 3 days, and you may have something to eat at 11 o'clock, and then the next day you may skip lunch and have something at 2 a.m. in front of Netflix. Of course you're going to get a bowel problem, right? If I was your boss, I wouldn't like it if you turned up at work anytime you felt like turning up. I'd fire you. So your bowel's probably ready to fire you if you're not a person with regular habits, right? Number 3, okay? Breath is not stinky. Nobody likes stinky breath. Did you smell mine? It's not stinky, all right? Keep your dental, your oral hygiene first class. Your mouth should be really clean. Look after it. If there's a problem, get it fixed, because the bacteria can really make you sick if they start translocating. Remember, I've done videos talked about autoimmune disease and poor oral health. Stinky breath comes also from stinky colon. If the bowel's not working properly, you're going to get backed up. Okay, you could even have fecal breath. I've had some patients in my room that I could barely talk to because, my eyes were watering because their breath was so bad, all right? Now, don't laugh. It's not funny, all right, having a smelly breath. It's stinky breath is not funny. How would you like it if your wife or husband had real stinky breath? You'd probably have to wear a face mask. Right, no mucus in the stools. We don't want mucus or blood in stools. I want you to do the eyeball test. I've talked about it before. Next time you do a poop, get the eyeball and look at the stool, all right? Actually look at it. All right? If there's mucus on it, you can know what mucus is like. If there's speckles of blood or something, it's not a good sign. Mucus usually means irritation. Something's there irritating that bowel, right? The next one, a good BM in the morning. So you need a good bowel motion when you get up. Now, hopefully not too long after you get up. But if it's within an hour or so, I'm not really that fazed. But it would be really nice for you to have breakfast and then have an urge to, evacuate the bowel. That's a very healthy sign. Right? So good bowel motion in the morning. And if you're eating fiber and vegetables and fruits like I am, you're going to have a second bowel motion. And you're going to have that probably in the afternoon. Not uncommon. Sometimes I have 3 bowel motions a day, especially if I eat lots of salads and lots of avocado, or all sorts of things that I like to, eat with my meals, usually high fiber. Next one, easy elimination. When you sit there, no straining, really trying to get it out, all right? And all this sort of caper. You don't need to strain. A bowel motion should come out nice and smoothly. It should be in a couple of pieces. And cigar shaped. And remember, easy elimination. Straining and pushing is going to end up with, you're going to have diverticulitis and hemorrhoids and all kinds of problems. Not a good idea to strain. Next one, soft, well-formed motions. We don't want cow pats and we don't want sheep pellets. We want somewhere in between, all right? So if you're popping out tiny little hard pellets all the time, dry, hard stools, it can mean dehydration. Often it means stress. Often it means poor kind of food choices. Last one, there should be 0 bloating. Tummy should be flat and minimal gas. Right? If you're starting to eat food and notice you're bloating right up and you're farting like a horse, it might be time to start doing something about your diet. So if you don't get the colon sorted, remember, it will get you sorted and it will play up bad, especially as you get older. And the last thing you want when you get to 50, 60 like me is to have a really dodgy, poor functioning bowel. You don't want that. So those 10 things we spoke about just now, think about those 10 points. Maybe watch the video again and write down maybe some notes or look at those 10 points in general and think, I've got that one, I've got that one. So the more you've got out of those 10, the higher the urgency to get it fixed, right? Thanks for tuning in.